Hi kids, it's Papa. I am going to read a book to you today. It's called Froggy's Sleepover. Here's page 1. There's Froggy getting ready for a sleepover. And here's his friend. Okay, here we go. It was Friday. School was out. Froggy flopped home from the school bus. Flop, 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 singing, hooray, hooray, it's Friday, Friday, I'm going over to Max's house for a sleepover. That's great, said Froggy's mom. And she gave him a plate of chocolate fly cookies. And this is your first sleepover. Are you nervous? Yeah. Who, me? Of course not, said Froggy, and he hopped up and flopped to his room. Flop, flop, flop. He pulled a big sack from the closet. Slam. Stuffed a sleeping bag in. Sloof. Slapped in his pajamas. Puff. Shoved in a pair of underwear. Pum. Squeezed in his pillow. Poof. There, he said, and he flopped outside, dragging his sack behind him. Sloop. Froggy, called his mother. What? Did you forget your Huggy? Maybe. Whoops, said Froggy, and he flopped back inside. Flop, flop, flop. I found it, he yelled. It was in the cookie jar. Slam. Then, out the door he went, dragging his sack behind him. Sloop. Who puts their warmie in a cookie jar? You. Froggy, called his mother. What? Did you forget your toothbrush? Oops. And he flopped back inside. Found it. It was in my toy chest. Bang. Don't forget to brush. I know, said Froggy, and off he went to Max's, dragging his sack behind him. Sloop. At Max's house, he dumped everything out. Schlump. Rolled out his sleeping bag. Sloof. And fluffed up his pillow. Floof. Okay, said Froggy, I'm ready for bed. But Froggy, it's only 4 in the afternoon. So they waited till dinner, and then they crawled into their sleeping bags. Wait, said Froggy, I forgot to brush my teeth. Don't be a baby, this is a sleepover. You don't have to brush, said Max. Froggy crawled back into his bed. Wait, jumping up, I need my Huggy to sleep. Sleep? Who's going to go to sleep? We got to tell scary stories and have pillow fights all night long. That was Max saying that. Here comes the scary part. Ooh, but these are all just imagination. They're not real. Froggy slipped back into his bag, and Max told a story that made Froggy's skin crawl. Now it's your turn, he said, but there are weird screeching sounds and scary shapes that hung in the shadows like ghosts. No. Froggy and Max. I have a better idea, said Max. What? No, said Froggy. What? Said Max. Let's go over to my house for a sleepover. Look at his eyes. So, Mrs. Max was waving goodbye. When they got back to Froggy's, they tiptoed inside the dark. Quiet, quiet. Crash! Froggy bumped into a lamp and knocked over the goldfish bowl. Splash! Oh. Froggy, yelled his mother. What is all the ruckus? And she flicked on the light. Oops, cried Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. We decided to sleep here instead. Oh, Froggy, I thought you wanted to sleep at Max. Well, I did, cried Froggy. But I was hungry, and you make the best popcorn. Look at her. So she got up and made popcorn. Can you make us some, please? Okay, you little munchkins, said his mom. Pop, pop, pop. She made them some buttery popcorn and went back to bed. She wears a hat to bed. Kind of crazy. Plump, plump, plump. Max and Froggy were having a wild pillow fight. Thump, thump, thump. Good night, pudding heads, called Froggy's mom. I hope they go to sleep soon, groaned Froggy's dad. Just like Papa. Me too, groaned Froggy's mama. Good night, pudding heads. Froggy's parents were snoring like horses. When Froggy's mom heard a sound, her eyes popped open. She flicked on the light, and Max was standing by the bed, just like Marley does. I have a tummy ache, she said. He said, I want to go home. Look at, he's sound asleep. Papa Frog, sound asleep. So back they went to Max's, dragging their sacks behind them. Sloop, sloop, sloop. She's got her eyes closed. They looked tired, but there were still weird sounds and scary shadows. So they went back to Frog's house. But Max wanted his own pillow, so they went back to Max's house. But Froggy wanted pink lemonade, so they went back and forth. They went sloop, sloop, sloop. Until at last, they fell asleep at Max's house at 9 o'clock in the morning. Oh my God. What do you think of that? Good night.